Gotta love it. So do you guys want to take over so I can say hi to the chat really quick? And
Sure.
Either Rob or Mike, you want to? Oop, I didn't go the full screen. Uh-oh. Okay, I'll do that for you guys. You want to go first, Rob, or Will?
I can, yeah. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, let Rob go first.
Okay, cool.
All right, hey, everybody.
Hey, Z. Thanks for being here.
So today I got in the magazine boxes that I was talking about on my live stream. If you saw that, I was getting a bunch of Savage Sort of Conans. I won an auction on Hip Auctions or Hip Comics that I basically got 200 magazines sized issues of various stuff. And they were less than $3 a piece. So that's pretty good, I thought,
Awesome.
when with shipping and everything.
Yeah, that's a great deal for those old.
So when I opened the first box and I started going through them, this was the first one I pulled out. It's Savage Sort of Conan.
Let's do this.
And it is number 197. So a later issue. I know they went up into the 200s. And sorry, I can get some glare on there. I repositioned my lights a little bit and thought it was going to be good.
Yo, fanboy, thanks for swinging by, my friend. It's okay, you can't stay, but thank you for swinging by.
And so I was going through those, and they were in order. So I was like, okay, it's just counting down. So 197 was the most recent issue that was in there. This is a 196. And I started going through them. This one's pretty cool. This one's 192. I really like this cover.
That is beautiful. Wow, look at that. Easy comic reader's working, you guys. He's busy at work.
191. And the snake issues always remind me of Higgy Pop.
I always think about how many times I passed up these magazines in my life. What's up, Daniel? Thanks for being here, man.
Yeah, 190. And I kind of lose that glare somehow. And then I skipped to the back because I could tell there was other kinds of issues in the back to see what else was in there.
Cool. Ranger Spy. All right.
So there was a DC graphic novel, The Medusa Chain, from their line of science fiction graphic novels, I guess. I don't know if anybody's read that. I haven't.
Medusa Chain. No.
That's by Ernie Cohen. And then there's a couple oddball things in there. This is the Electric Soup.
Wow.
And it's been at the top because it's bigger than the normal magazine. It says Scotland's Adult Humor Comic, issue number 10.
Do you have a magazine size box?
Yeah, they came in magazine boxes.
Comics Grace wants those Conans now.
And then I got to this one, and it was like Charlton Bullseye number 2, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool."
Yeah.
And then I thought, well, wait, Charlton Bullseye was a comic. This is a magazine. So I looked it up, and the magazine was first. So it's kind of like a fanzine type thing. And there was about 6 or 7 issues. I forget exactly. But I'm pulling it out, and I'm thinking, oh, it's really thick, right? It's not. Number 1 was hidden behind it.
Oh, you got to love that. I love surprises.
From what I've found, this sells for about around $100. Just this issue.
Ooh.
And I probably won't sell it. I'll probably keep it. But there's some comics in it, and there's and it's in decent shape. You know, it's not worn. I mean, there's like a thumbprint at the top from somebody who had dirty hands, but it's it's got articles and stuff in it as well as artwork, and then it gets into some comics.
You're gonna luck out like that once in a while, I think.
So, and I thought, oh, that's going to be the score of the box, right? Because I was looking at, the whole, I was looking at this pictures of what I could see, and it looked like it was all modern Conans, or not modern, but later in the run. And then this was in there, Epic Illustrated number 1, which this one's, it's torn. It's got a tear right here at the top. But it's still Epic Illustrated number 1. I mean, I was looking through it, and I'm like, wow, there's like actual magazine ads in here with like from motorcycles and stuff.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Just it was like, okay, this is different. And there's some other Epic Illustrateds in there too, but I was surprised by number 1. And then there's the first 4 issues of the Space 1999 magazine from Charlton.
Wow.
That were also in there.
Holy cow. You got these for $3 each.
Yeah. Less than $3, actually. It came to like $2.70 something. So this was number 1.
Amazing.
I think I got it in the right order. This is number 2 because they're not really numbered; they're just dated.
Wow.
Number 3 and number 4. And there's some other stuff in there too. But at that point, after I got done looking at all of them, I opened the other box.
Yeah.
And thinking it was just going to be all more recent Savage Sword of Conans. And so the first one I pulled out was the annual, which I didn't know they had an annual. But there it is.
Wow. Where did you get this score?
It was on Hip Comics in their bulk auctions.
Wow.
And then the next one was number 1.
What?
And I'm like, are you serious? You know, I mean, I'm sitting there and I start laughing and my mom, what's wrong? And I'm like, nothing's wrong.
Congratulations on this box, man.
So number 1.
Holy cow.
And there's 2 of them.
Oh my God. Are you keeping both? Wow.
This one's a little it's got a little nick right here on the cover where there's a spot torn out of the cover. So I'm going to keep that one. I'm going to try and sell the other one, but now I've got the dilemma of how do I sell it and get a decent price for it, you know?
Yeah.
So
holy
yeah,
cow.
well, I don't know. I got some decisions to make because I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the box, you know, like the next one in was there was a number 2. Never mind. So, and there's doubles. So 2 number 2s.
Wow. Congratulations.
And
buddy.
I'm just like,
wow.
Oh,
Ranger
wow,
Slice is sweet.
You know, I mean, I was kind of beating myself up when I went as high as I did because I was like, man, $500, that's a lot of money. And, you know, but, wow. And then number 3, again, 2 issues. So the early ones, there's a bunch of early ones in here, and I think they're all doubles.
What are you going to do, man? You going to keep them?
Well, I'm going to keep as many as I can, but I want to use them to make some money, make some of the money back that I've been spending on stuff. So,
yeah, Comics and Bray says he hasn't seen that in years. Ranger Sly, he's got a full set of those Space 1999 magazines with great art inside.
Yeah, wow, I mean, all those type magazines have great art in them. I've never opened one and been disappointed.
I know, and to have that Savage Conan number 1 twice.
Yeah, twice. I mean, I pulled out the next one and I'm like, what?
That is really, really something, man.
And, you know, they didn't advertise that in the auction. They just said, oh, you know, it's 200 magazines. There's a lot of Savage Sword of Conan.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, so I was, you know, and judging by the pictures, I was seeing the 194s and 190s and 180s. And I was like, okay, you know, there's still Savage Sword of Conan's for $3, you know. Yeah. So, wow. I mean, if they had advertised it properly, I mean, it's 2 complete short magazine boxes filled. It's 200 altogether issues.
Yeah, everyone's impressed.
If they had advertised it properly, 2 Savage number 1s, Epic Illustrated number 1, Charlton Bullseye number 1. I mean, that's
unbelievable.
That's got to be $300 worth of stuff right there, at least.
What up,
you know, if you were selling them like that.
Holy cow!
Yeah, just
it makes me want to go on Hip Comics now. I got to put that on my phone.
Well, and that's the first score I've gotten on there in a long time because everything started going so high, you know. But this one, you know, it was special. It was magazines that you don't see that often, so I went for it.
Wow, that is freaking amazing. Well, congratulations on that. Everyone is like, Ranger Sly has to take his jaw off the floor. And that's once in a lifetime thing. Yeah, absolutely huge scores, man.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know how I'm going to come down from that.
This has been a heck of a day for me because I got up. I did a couple things. I got up late because I was tired, and I got this delivered early, and I was going through them. As soon as I got this gone through for the first time, then the mail delivered, and I got a score with this got a bunch of like Disney comics and cartoon comics in it that I got off of Whatnot.
Yeah,
and then also I was at the auction that I've been starting to attend on Sundays on Whatnot too, and I wasn't expecting that box wasn't supposed to come till tomorrow, but it came today also. And I've been spending all day going through these boxes of comics, and I haven't even gotten all the way through that box yet. I'm only about halfway through it. So
Gary B, Special Comic Guy, thank you for being here, man. All right.
Just major stuff going on today. So a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's been a fun day for me.
Yeah, man. I could feel it. Wow. I mean, I want to get those old magazines. Who doesn't nowadays? It's just one of those things. Will, you want to go next?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Cupo Comics in the house. Thank you, Gary B, for being here, man. That's great. This is awesome.
Gary B in the house.
Yeah.
Important. All right. I don't think I showed these off last week, so these are some new books I got in the mail.
We'll give you the full screen here.
We'll do it.
Full screen treatment.
Oh, these are lies. These aren't books I got in the mail. These are books I got out of a Walmart pack.
Okay. All right.
And then after that, it'll be the books I got in the mail. So these came out of a Walmart pack. I opened this up on my last show. I didn't get a chance to transport them yet to the box, but don't worry, they'll all get their own individual box bag and board.
Sure, that's how I roll too.
But for now, you got Carnage #1 Forever in here.
Yeah, Gary's a celeb for sure. I'm really happy he's here.
And this Carnage Forever is a Walmart exclusive cover.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so we got that. We got Moon Knight #8. This is also a Walmart exclusive cover.
Well, that's cool. Okay.
So
I would take variant covers of that series for sure.
Yeah, it's a good series. All right, we got the Eternals. This is a Peach Momoko variant for the Eternals #7.
Awesome.
You got a little Thanos there. This is just issue #19 of Thor. This came out of a Walmart pack.
Cool.
And
Synchronicity for Melodope.
Oh, you saw that one at Walmart. Yeah, it's hit or miss with the Walmarts by me. Sometimes they have a pack and sometimes they don't, but it's been more miss than hit. They tend not to carry the books anymore.
Whenever I've checked my Walmart and they have had packs, they're always wrapped so tight that it looks like it's damaging the books.
The books? Yeah, they say that's a big complaint with them. They say when you buy the Walmart pack, it's better just to open it right away. Don't leave the books in there too long. Here we go. We got Spider-Man #34. This is the A cover. So that came out of a Walmart pack. And then last but not least, this is from that ASM series before it got rebooted. 85, the Beyond series that we got Chasm out of.
Oh yeah, Nick Spencer.
Yeah, this was, but I believe this issue was written by Cody Ziegler, the guy who writes.
Oh yeah, Deadpool now and Miles Morales.
Miles Morales, yeah. So, all right, so those were out of a Walmart pack, which I opened up on Monday Night Raw books.
Mm-hmm.
But these are the mail order books. We'll save this one for last. We got Ultimate Black Panther #2, all right? And this is the Killmonger design variant.
Okay.
So we get the Ultimate Killmonger on the cover.
Excellent.
We also
first cover appearance.
We also have Ultimate Black Panther #2. This is a variant edition. This one has Shuri on the cover.
Cool.
And this is a what's his name? Boss Logic. Yeah, this is a Boss Logic cover.
Okay.
So he does a lot of like media art type covers, which are pretty cool. Here is the last book that was in the mail order. As you can see, there was a lot of Ultimate Black Panther.
Right, yeah.
But this is Ultimate Black Panther #1, and this is the second print cover.
Cool. it's been a slow burn so far, right? Ultimate Black Panther.
Yep. And then we have one more book. Sorry, one more book.
Oh, it's cool. You keep doing your thing. I just like switching around.
Yeah, that's not Black Panther, but this was a mail order. This is Penthouse Comics #1.
Oh yeah, I'm hearing good things about this.
Yeah. So they made a comeback. Penthouse Comics. I think issue #2 is on the shelves today. I didn't pick it up, but I decided to pick up that one. They had a lot of good cover artists on these books, and I heard the interiors weren't too bad either. So grab one.
Cool.
So
awesome. Gary B says they got to get you back on the 10-11.
I'm always up to be on the 10-11. I am always down for that. All right. I think the next round I'll get into the new comics, but I do have some 50 centers I could pull.
Okay, why don't we do that?
Yeah, so we'll do some 50 centers. Actually, these So I went to one of my local comic shops has a warehouse, and on Saturdays they'll open up the warehouse and sell the books for 50 cents. Not every Saturday, but most Saturdays. So 2 to 4 Saturdays out of the month. They used to do it only on Wednesdays, but now they do it on Saturdays. But yeah, no, it's a good time. And if you buy like 50 comics, I think then they only charge you $44, so the cost goes down a little bit. And then if you buy a short box, it's like $50 for a short box.
So are they open once a week or something?
Yeah, they're only open once a week. And the stock gets replenished about once a month, maybe once every 2 months. So basically, as they buy collections, they'll sort through them, try to pull some stuff out, and then put the rest in the warehouse. Occasionally, some really good books will slide through. And when they first opened, it was just all stuff they had sitting in a garage, and they just wanted to get rid of it. So they didn't even really go through the books. So some people got some really nice, key books out of that. Nothing like, Hulk or anything that, first like Hulk 81, anything that had already been like a spec book had already been pulled, but anything that became relevant in the last like 10, 20 years, some of it managed to slide in. So without that, we'll start showing off some 50 centers.
Cool.
So this is Infinity Frontier 0. What's cool about this is it's a wraparound cover. So
awesome.
we love our wraparound cover art. And
I remember that.
Yeah, I can't.
If Rob went to the if Rob went to your warehouse, he would have gotten the Hulk 181. 27, 2 copies according to Ranger Slide. That's the winning streak Rob's on right now.
Yeah, that's true. And this is I remember why I picked this up. This is a Dan Jurgens cover. That's why.
Cool.
Well, besides the fact it's also wraparound. So
yeah, love me some Arcade Pop. Thanks for being here. Right on.
Arcade Pop. What is good? What is good? We're just chilling, Arcade. This is Lois Lane #7. Got that because I just like the cover. And it was 50 cents. What do I have to lose on a 50-cent book?
No, that's how I love that. If I see a bunch of stuff, man, I grab it.
Yeah, and Greg Rucka's on that.
I can't think of a comic I wouldn't buy for 50 cents, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just give me the warehouse.
I mean, if you don't like it, you could totally throw it in the recycler. I know that's controversial to some, but
yeah. This is Lois Lane #8. This is the B cover. As you can see, they kind of got a like super girl silhouette thing happening on the cover. The red and the blue. It is Lois Lane. It's
awesome.
Superman's wife. But there is like a minor first appearance. I don't even know her name, but this lady with the skull mask shows up. Looks like the Black Mask, just without a black mask.
Right.
So, and the first appearance of that character is in this book, but again, I forget the name. He was
many in the last 5 years.
Right. He was a decent, I think was a decent find because I really like the character. This is Metal Legends of the Dark Knight #1, cool. But here you have the first appearance of the Robin King.
Yeah. So that's okay. Yeah, that came and went. People were lukewarm on it, but it might end up being something cool.
Yeah. So out of the gate, this book, I think, pops to roughly like $20 a piece, 13, $20.
That happens. Yeah.
There was a 1 in 25 variant, and that variant at the time was selling for like almost $100. Both books have since come down, but you can still find this book for like $10. But yeah, it's got the origin story of the Robin King. He's got like a really weird look. He was just like the worst of the Robins.
Yeah, I wish I had a Warehouse 2 Comics Embrace like that with get some deals.
There's the Robin King. There is a panel where the Robin King shoots his universe's Commissioner Gordon through the neck with an arrow.
Oh, really?
Let's see if I could find. Not that anybody wants to see that, but there it is.
All right. So what's the art? Who does the art on that?
This art, so this has several different stories in it. The Goblin King one does look like somebody very familiar on that one. See if I can find it.
Hey, Damien, thanks for being here, buddy. I was watching your video earlier today. Damon used the word grok. Is it Robert E. Hyland from Stranger in a Strange Land? To grok, to know.
Riley Rossmo, that's it. That's who does the that
cool. Yeah, I remember when that came out. That was probably about 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, but there's also there's a couple of different artists in this. Tony S. Daniel
awesome.
does things.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, Jamal Eagle did some art in here. Francisco Francavilla is in here.
Cool.
Daniel Warren Johnson is in this book. Joel Jones is another artist, and then there's a lot of writers in here too. There's Tynan is in here, Snyder's in here, Joshua Williamson.
Yeah, Tynan was good back then too. He's still good, but I mean,
yeah,
he was really good back then. When he was right under the radar, he was working it.
Right. Peter J. Tomasi. Now he's taking too many Hollywood phone calls. So.
Yeah, now it's a little different now.
Yeah, Marguerite Bennett's in this book. Frank Thierry. And again, Daniel Warren Johnson also is a writer as well as an artist in here. And you got Garth Ennis in this book.
Awesome. Excellent.
So, all right. Excellent. Then we got, so for 50 cents, I'll pick these up all day. Adventures of Superman.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I've been grabbing
Oron.
Yeah. I've been grabbing some Superman on the 50 cent when I see it in half price without the filthy 50 center stamp. You get them super nice for 50 cents. I'm like, okay, yeah. I'll grab that.
Yeah. And I think that's the it says the final fate of Oron, but I think also it's the first appearance of Oron, so it might have been like a one.
Yeah, one and done.
Here we go. We got the Man of Steel versus the Man of Steel, but that's not Steel, so I don't know who that
guy is. Huh. Wow.
50 cents. Here's a cool cover. Adventures of Superman. This is $5.96.
Cool. That's a great cover.
Yeah. What else we got?
Mullet Superman.
More Superman. We got Bloodsport. This is the second Bloodsport.
Gary, I remember Mullet.
This isn't the first one.
Mullet Superman, the JLA years. I remember that.
Yeah. All right. And then not a Superman book, but starts with an S. We got Dr. Afra number 34.
Nice.
This is the first appearance of this character, Star Weird. It's like,
yeah, I have that. I remember, yeah, when I was
really weird character. It's like a ghost goblin type Star Wars creature.
Yeah.
Is it alien? Is it ghost? Nobody knows. Here's a pretty cool Doctor Strange cover. That's Strange.
Oh yeah, I remember
Jason Aaron run.
Yeah. Yep.
Got that for 50 cents.
Wow. Sometimes I wonder if I should be buying the new books as they're coming out, man.
You can just wait till they end up in the 50 cent bin.
Yeah, most of them.
Yeah. Captain Marvel number 7. So we got Captain Marvel number 8 with the cat cover. People love their cats.
Yeah.
And you got Rocket Raccoon over there too.
Nice.
And then you got another Captain Marvel cover. And then this is the last 50-cent book I have out of what I just reached for. Right. But we had the all new X-Men #1 when Brian Michael Bendis was writing.
Oh yeah, I was not happy when that happened. I liked Gillen what he was doing, and I remember them switching up the creators on the different titles and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you got Stuart Immonen on art. He was back then in the early 2000s. He was really good.
Yep, totally. Awesome.
Really? Yep.
All right. I'm going to jump on and go through some of these, just the chaotic comics I have. Thanks, Will. Thanks for showing that.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
First up, I'm going to do 1976. Warlock, number 13. I'll give myself the large size here for everyone.
There you go.
Pretty cool. I wanted some Jim Starlin Warlock, so I grabbed a bunch. Star Thief here. I always like showing the insides of the comics. I am an eBayer. I get stuff on eBay at a decent price. Not like Rob, though. My goodness. But yeah, I
always liked that series because the art is just as good as the cover, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, you can take any one of those panels and make it into a cover. It's just awesome.
It really is. And, I love my comics from the 70s and 80s. And I've never read this before. And so it's definitely going to go onto my reading stack, my huge reading stack, right? Man, but look at this, man. It's freaking beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful stuff. Okay, so that we got Out of the Vortex, number 8. I think when did this come out? 1984? No, 1994, I think. Anyway, I've been finding these on the cheap, and I really love the art. It's actually better than the cover. The art within.
And those yellow covers are pretty popular. People collect covers just because they have yellow,
Yeah, I noticed the yellow cover challenge on YouTube a lot. But yeah, I'm slowly putting this together when I see it in the 50-cent bins, dollar bins, and whatnot. Oops. I forgot who the artist is actually. Pencils by Damon Wills. Pretty cool stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah. That, and then we're going to go to an older comic from Marvel in the Bronze Era. I got this from LCS. It's 1971, maybe, but it's Creatures on the Loose, number 13. Pretty good stuff. I'm definitely interested in this weird sci-fi, horror. I like supernatural horror. I don't like gore horror so much, but yeah, I'll get this stuff all day. I love that cover with this being coming out of the TV.
Damn,
it's pretty cool, and I do enjoy the newsprint more than the newer. I like the newer art, modern art as well, but I don't know, something about just reading this old newspaper print. I just love it. So we got that. What else we got? We got. I like looking at like the years too. I like looking them up. 1975 Marvel Spotlight 27, Submariner. You could find these on the cheap. Death of the Symbiotic Man. That is freaking cool. Tussling with things of the deep, right? In the deep. And you just open up a random page and you get some beautiful classic stuff. Yeah. Who does that? A huge no prize to anyone. Jim Mooney actually worked on this. Very cool.
Gary B mentions that the first full appearance of Kull in Creatures on the Loose, plus you had the Thongor running there. So you had Kull.
What? Not that particular issue, was it?
I don't think so. No,
probably not. Just
but yeah, Gary B knows. He reads this stuff. When I watch his videos, man, he definitely reviews all that Conan and Cole and all that cool stuff. I love this art from Jim Mooney, man.
He says issue 10.
Issue 10.
First full appearance of Kull.
Okay, I'll keep my eyes peeled. I did tell Daniel, Comics Embraced, I would show more, try to get through the Elementals. This is Elementals 14. It always has a wraparound. I love the writing. I love my indies from the 80s. And you could find this stuff on the cheap. Bill Willingham is the writer for this, and it's about how this ancient evil sorcerer created this machine that took away all the supernatural energy of the world, and the elemental spirits responded by resurrecting newly dead people to inhabit their powers. And it's really cool. This one's Fathom, and she controls the oceans and communes with ocean life, and she can actually become water and stuff. I think the series is in this moment in time is being overlooked. But if you guys see this in the cheap bins, it's definitely written well. It's leaves lots of the imagination, and the characters have their own voice, as I say. Unlike guys like later Michael Bendis, right? They all sound the same. I'll do one more, then I'll switch it over to Rob. I love these Marvel Tales from the late 60s, early 70s, these square bounds. I never had them growing up, and now you can get these pretty cheap. So it's a great way to get your Ditko or Ramita fix, and plus also Kirby and other stories, you know. I always organize my Marvel Tales. This has a story that one of my favorite Spidey stories, in which he has to get his Aunt May some medicine, and it's that famous story in which he didn't think he could lift all that weight, and he finally did. It was really gripping when I first read it. It took me by surprise. I think it's Amazing Spider-Man 33. I love that. That is Spidey. I did it. I wish that's good Ditko art right there. Anyway, Ditko didn't stay on much longer after this. I don't think they had a falling out, or Ditko had a falling out, right, with everybody in the world. But he's cool, of course. I love Steve Ditko. Okay, Rob, I'm gonna have you go next, bro.
Okay.
I love this. He's just fighting to get to his Aunt May. Alrighty. Excellent.
All right, so I'm just going to continue what's in the magazine boxes.
Okay.
But before we get to more of the Conans, I thought I'd show you some of the other stuff. There's some Marvel Super Specials in there. This one's number 29 from, I think it's all movie adaptation. So this is Tarzan, obviously.
Beautiful.
Number 31, The Last Starfighter.
I actually watched that movie with my wife recently.
I remember it being a good movie. I don't know, how well it holds up, but Buckaroo Banzai, I know I loved it when I was a kid.
Yes, I have both issues from Marvel. I don't know if they did more after that. Yep, Daniel brings up the elementals. Yeah, buddy. We could talk about that later.
This is 34, Sheena.
Awesome.
Oh, I should be showing the backs too. There's stuff on the back.
That looks beautiful.
And number 35, which was Conan the Destroyer. And then they just had an ad for the Conan magazine on the back. Uh, 2010.
More wonderful Conan. Oh yeah, 2010.
And some artwork on the back of that.
Wow. I do have some of the 2001 with Jack Kirby. I want to read it. I hear it's really weird.
And continuing with the Conans, we have issue number 4, Savage Sword.
Nice.
Sorry, I gotta
take care of that
light. It's not. Maybe it's the other light. Let me just turn it off. See if that makes a difference. That's better.
Cool.
And let's see, 2 copies of that.
What up, Nothing? Thanks for being here, bro.
5. And these are all in really nice condition too. I mean,
awesome.
They're not, they don't have spine ticks. They're not worn. They're just, looks like somebody read them and threw them in a bag and never looked at them again.
It makes me want to check out Hip Comics and, look and dig.
It's always a mixed lot. You don't know what you're getting on there.
Were you up late at night?
Here's number 6.
Was there a certain time that you found that lot, that magazine lot?
No, it runs for weeks. I mean, if you go on there right now, there's a section. What's it called? In the right-hand corner, there's like featured auctions thing you can click on. And there's a list of upcoming auctions, but they're listed. You can bid on them at any time before the auction.
Yeah.
Before it goes live. And then, so I had bid 400, and then of course I got outbid like an hour before it closed. And so I bid up again and not expecting to get it, but then, I got it. So here's number 7.
We'll do this.
And 2 copies of that. All these early issues have 2 copies. So number 8.
Cool. I'll be talking to you after the show. Thank you very much. No, I'm like, how'd you get all those cool Conan magazines? Never mind that.
Number 9. And we'll do number 10.
But I doubt those will make your $2 claim sales, right?
Yeah, it's. I'm wondering now if I should try an auction. Here's number 10.
When you
instead of doing it as a claim sale, I should do just have a special one where it's an auction. I don't know.
Yeah.
There was only one number 10. Bomber. There's number 11.
Wow.
And then there was some oddball stuff in that first box too. This is
the cover artist, Jacob saying it might be Earl
Superior 7 on the Savage Sword of Conan's.
Yeah.
Earl
Norham.
This last one, number 11, has the initials KB on it, but it always tells inside. So back then they actually credited the cover artists on these. Ken Barr, whoever that is, on this one.
Cool. Chop and drop. Thanks for being here, bro. Appreciate it.
And then, whatever this Superior 7 thing is, I'm not sure. That was in there. And Stick Boy from Fantagraphics, whatever that is.
Stick Boys once in a while, but it's magazine style.
And then this one is number 2, volume 1. I was gonna say Fantagraphics, but I don't think it is. It's some kind of underground, mostly looking stuff in it. But the last story in here, this is the art on it, which is pretty impressive compared to everything else in the magazine. But
holy cow, that is beautiful.
So yeah, I wasn't impressed by this too much because it was mostly just underground stuff, which I usually don't care for a whole lot for. But then I got to that art at the back, and I was like, "Oh wow, this is amazing!" So,
what year was that? Do you know, or roughly?
This is.
Jeez, yeah.
Give it a year. See if there's
anything. I love my indies. I grab that stuff now when I flip through it first,
Printed in Canada.
It's really overlooked now, and the story's good. And
Tweedle Yin Tweedle Yang Productions, the name of the company, but I don't see a year on it anywhere. No. I'll try and look it up in between.
Okay, so yeah, Gary, he completed his Savage Sword of Conan run a few years back. It's pretty cool. Right before everyone was jumping on it, I bet.
Yeah, probably. All right, that'll do it for this round. So.
Okay, cool. Will, you ready for us?
I am ready.
Okay.
Let's go. All right, we're gonna break out this week new comics.
New stuff.
Excellent.
Right from the comics.
Brand new comics from today. Love it.
The only reason I'm on this show.
We normally have a bunch of guys on here doing all the old comics, but Will rounds out the show perfectly. Love it.
I bought some socks, by the way. Banned books.
Cool.
But yeah, this says they donate over 5 million books to communities in need and supports a variety of literacy initiatives. So,
excellent.
Socks with a cause. So,
yeah, there you go.
We got a pack of magic cards too.
KK says, "Hey, the Trivant squad. Did I mispronounce that? Triviant."
Oh, by the way, I did say I got some magic cards. They did a Western version of Magic, so anybody who plays Magic the Gathering, they're doing Westerns. All right, so we got Giant Size Hulk #1. Philip Kennedy Johnson, who's also writing it, did this. Cool. I assume it ties into what's going on right now, but there's also a Peter David story in here. So I didn't do much research, and I don't know why they threw the Peter David story in with the 50th anniversary, but it's in here.
Cool.
And you got some classic Hulk, and then you have the newer Hulk somewhere in there. There it is. So you get a newer story and you get a classic story in Giant Size Hulk.
Is it Nick Klein art?
No, it says Ricardo. Let's see. Who's Ricardo? Andrea Ricardo. I don't know. You probably can't read that. Oh, maybe you can. Philip Kennedy Johnson, Andrea Ricardo.
Cool.
And then you do have Brian Hitch and Alex Sinclair on the cover. And then it's Peter David, Dale Kuhn, and Bob McLeod or McLeod on the
Peter David, classic Hulk writer for sure.
Oh yeah.
What up, Steven Spock? Thanks for being here, man. Appreciate it.
I think he even gave Todd McFarlane crap for the way he was drawing the Hulk.
Oh, now look at it. Now, God, I don't even want to think about it. I had those.
All right. Next up, we got Miles Morales, Spider-Man #19. So pretty good story, pretty good art. Like, he's really got a new nemesis, if you will, going on in this rabble. So, giving him a run for his money. He's also got like a lot of new allies in this book.
Art looks good.
The art has been pretty solid, if not spectacular, in this book. And there's even some black and white art. They went black, white, and red for some reason in this book.
Yo, Swag, thanks for being here, bro.
So there's Spidey with some of his pals, including the recently revived Miss Marvel.
As a mutant, right?
Yes. That's how she came back.
Yeah.
Can't come back if you're not a mutant. All right.
Thanks, Chop. Really appreciate that, man. He's just jumping around.
That's cool, Chop. See you later. See you later, buddy.
Jacob's talking about McFarlane turned the Hulk back into a monster. When he took over, Hulk was signing autographs with hair like Fabio.
That's right. They had the doctor.
Yeah. Good one, Jacob.
We got Sam and Twitch case files.
Oh yeah. That's interesting to me because they're the detectives in that universe there.
Right. And there's been no mention of there was no mention of Spawn in the first one. Just Sam and Twitch doing things and getting kicked off the force, and now it looks like they're going to be like solo. They set it up so they're investigating things solo.
Higgy Pop, hello, bro. Big Jim in the house. Thank you for being here, man. Hope having fun on vacation, man.
I find the art and the word bubbles or lack of word bubbles to be interesting in this book, because it really feels like you're in the mind of the characters instead of them talking out loud.
Yeah.
The way they've set it up. So it's an interesting book. And like I said, there's been no mention of Spawn yet. But, we'll see. I'm sure it all ties into something in the end.
It's cool. You've been all over Spawn since they've relaunched with the different titles, and even before that, right?
Yeah, so I've been reading it. I mean, at $2.99 a book.
Yeah. Good night, Gary. Thanks for being here, bro. Really appreciate you, man.
Good night, Gary. Thanks for stopping by. All right. We got Spawn. Speaking of the big fella, Spawn 352.
Nice. I like that cover.
Yeah, I used to say I've never seen a bad Spawn cover.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there are a few out there that aren't great, but I'd say a majority of the Spawn covers are really cool.
Did you get a chance to read Rat City? I know you do your reviews and stuff. So
yeah, I read Rat City, and if you watch my last review, kind of did a minor review of it. I try to do a review and give you some of the basics without spoiling.
Yeah.
So there's the big fella, Spawn. So what's interesting in this book, right, is Spawn has lost his powers. So, every heaven, hell, any creature on Earth basically doesn't really have their powers anymore, right?
Yeah.
Angels can't fly. Demons can't eat you. They're not strong.
Since 350, since recently, like a month ago.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Spawn is missing a lot of his abilities. But the symbiotic suit is still attached to him. But all the enemies are like, this is the time. We're gonna set traps. We're gonna get Spawn. And then they forget that he's like a military trained, special forces, badass. So he's in the book. It's fun. Let me see if I can find it. He's got like katana blades now, and he's jumping through ceilings, Delta Force style.
Cool. Wow, it's a little different then. A little more. Yeah.
But it's funny because. Right, all the characters are definitely like, you know what, Spawn doesn't have
step
power.
away. I'll be right back.
Okay, buddy.
They're like, let's go kill him, and Spawn's like, no, I know how to use guns and I know how to use weapons.
I'm not afraid of these punks.
Yeah, I know how to kick and punch. Yeah. And I got spikes. So thank you, Comics Embraced. So yeah, like, yeah, Spawn's been pretty Banff. For those who don't know what Banff is, it's a badass mofo.
Yeah, thanks, Chop. Thanks, Comics Embraced. You know, it's nice you guys are subbing us up here. Cool. What up, Emmanuel in the house?
Oh, what's up, Manny?
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we got Cobra Commander, part of the Energon universe.
What'd you think? Oh, you just got this.
I just got him. Haven't
this is the bread and butter right now.
Yeah. So the Energon verse has been really good. Basically, if you were a fan of the '90s cartoons, right? They've done a lot of that with these books. They brought back all those characters. So yeah. In this one, you got a Nemesis Enforcer trying to protect Cobra. You know, Cobra Commander kind of like gives him the slip, gets captured by the Dreadnoughts, and then the Dreadnoughts just torture the crap out of him. And basically now, Cobra is getting saved by Nemesis Enforcer shows up, starts saving his butt. And then I think, I haven't read the book yet, but it does appear that Nemesis Enforcer and Cobra get into a little kerfluffle, if you will.
Damien says, Banff, thanks. Nice to know.
Yeah.
Cobra Commander, huh?
Yeah, Cobra Commander.
Good as well as Duke, according to Comics Embraced. I haven't read these yet, you guys, so I don't really know.
They're good. It's been so good. Yeah, it's been a really good. Trying to find you a scene that just shows you. Well, you got like a little preview there. That's the back of Destro's head, the very last page.
Oh yeah.
Of the and it just says Destro up there. So, but let's see. Here you got Cobra running with a chainsaw. I don't want to give away too much of the book. Let you guys read it yourself. Here's Nemesis Enforcer just laying the smack down.
Nice.
And the funny thing about Nemesis is here's Cobra and him talking it out. Is he's disguised, so he looks like a human earlier in the book. Oh, and cool. Some guy just walks up to him and punches him, and his like wrist is like, and he's like, ah, he's like, what the hell? And he's just grabbing people and throwing them. He literally says in the last issue, he something along the lines of like, enough of this, and he just like rips off his costume, and he's like, all right, it's time to start punching people in the face.
Cool.
So, and it's a really cool cover, as you see, like Cobra's kind of hiding, which is basically what he was doing earlier in the book. He's trying to get away from his escort.
So in the Energon universe, is the Transformer and G.I. Joe events happening concurrently, happening together?
Pretty much within the same timeline.
Yeah.
The Cobra Commander book is kind of happens. It's like a little prequel, but it's still within kind of like the same year or same, but they're all kind of happening. Yeah, concurrently or at the
only
same time.
Void Rivals, that's more in the past.
Right.
Is it far flung past or?
We're not quite sure yet. I mean, I'm sure I Googled it or something. In the books, it doesn't say, how much. And I went to a panel at New York Comic Con about the Energon verse, and they didn't really state how far it was.
Yeah.
I think part of it is they're still, I want to say they're still working it out.
Right.
But there's definitely, I feel like, the opportunity for like animated movies and other stuff to come out. And I think right now they're just, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. It's also a licensed product. Yeah. So Hasbro kind of has a say in stuff. So he didn't
purchase all of it outright. He just rented it.
It's a license.
It's a license. Yeah. Oh, they leased it to him for a while or something.
Basically. So at any time, but I think right now it's doing so well that, they'll keep it.
Yeah.
I can't foresee anything getting, pulled out from under them. But yeah, it's a really good series, and yeah, Void Rivals does happen a little bit, in the past, but how much we're not sure.
Right.
Here's the next one. This is actually so far a pretty good read. It's only on the second part, and it's going across Action and Superman and a couple of other titles.
About this crossover, right? Yeah.
But we have House of Brainiac #2.
Damien just reviewed some of the Superman.
Nice. Superman's been really good. You got Pablo Sandoval on the on the cover. Oh no, it's Rafa Sandoval. And they have a Jim Lee.
How are you guys digging the Lobos? They're either
the Lobos are
supposed to be gone, but Brainiac has done something, right? That's
So he's kind of brought the Zarnians as his I guess his army or his distractions. They're kind of doing distractions for him, but it's just like a bunch of Lobos running around Metropolis.
Look out.
But the main man is supposed to show up in this book
and clean it all up, I bet.
right. So, and he's got a Green Lantern with him. So I got to read this book. How we got that? Oh, here's Superman just eye blasting him in the face.
Cool.
And then you got Brainiac. Brainiac basically kidnaps a bunch of people who have been working with Superman. So, and look, we got the Superman of China in there. So they're all kind of captured by Brainiac. Luthor himself, Lex Luthor, kind of sacrifices himself so that Superman isn't caught.
Right.
Look, Superman and Lobo on the choppers.
Ranger says he's not into the modern stuff. I'm kind of into it a little bit, but I understand what you mean. But everyone's different.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not either, but I actually did go back and read that last week after everybody was recommending it.
Yeah.
And it's good. I enjoyed it. And I don't like Lobo, so I still enjoyed it.
Yeah. There's Lobo saying, you got to beat the main man.
Yeah, defeat the main man, right.
Right. The main man, you got to beat the main man. So, it looks like it's going to be a fun read.
Cool.
What else? We got some more Ultimate Black Panther. This is Ultimate Black Panther #3. Enter Storm and Killmonger. So we're going to have the first full appearance of Storm and Killmonger. So they've appeared in the other books, just kind of on one page, not really saying much.
They're walking together in a forest or something.
Right.
Oh, Brent, thanks for being here, man. Appreciate it.
Together by a tree. But they're going
what's the publishing schedule on the new Ultimate books? It seems like they're coming out awful fast. Are they coming out like every other week, or what's the deal?
I think it's monthly.
It's monthly as far as I know, but they're staggered, so you won't get so last week was Ultimate X-Men, week before that was Ultimate Spider-Man, and now this week we've got the
Spidey. I'm digging a lot, actually.
Black Panther. So they seem like they're coming out really quickly because there's one every week pretty much. They're just staggering. Okay. And now I think in about 3 weeks, I believe it's 3 weeks, we'll get the Ultimates. So we'll get that, they're the Ultimate Universe's version of the Avengers.
Pretty much.
But that should be coming out. And then we'll have 4 different Ultimate titles.
Cool.
And we'll see how far it goes from there. This is a pretty cool cover by David Nakayama. At least I think so. It's like Catwoman in space. So in space, no one can hear you steal. Okay. So, and this has been a fun series because basically Catwoman's given 9 lives by a cat god, a deity, and she's using those 9 lives to do the things, the heists that she never would have done because they had high chances of her dying.
Right.
But now she's got extra lives, so she's using them to do those things. But she has suffered a lot. She's drowned. She's suffered radiation poisoning. She's been shot 1 billion times. Like, and even though she still comes back to life, each issue has been written pretty well because you can feel the depths. Like it's not like she dies and pops back up. There's like consequences each time.
Yeah.
Whether she has to relive a moment in her life that was a reason why she's doing what she's doing, or her teeth are falling out and her hair's falling out from radiation poisoning. While she's sitting next to Superman, trying to like the only person who can comfort her in the moment, because anybody else would just get irradiated and die. So
Swag he's asking like, what's your favorite hero story y'all reading at the moment? People could simmer on that.
Favorite hero story reading at the moment. But honestly, I'm not in love with the cover. I mean, the interior art on this book. I just think Catwoman's face is drawn really weird.
Right.
But just my personal opinion. The cover's cool though. Favorite superhero story of the moment. I'd say I have two. Maybe three. Oh man. All right. So if I had to go indie, I'm probably gonna go with either Cobra or Duke. Let's go with Cobra, because just hearing the background story of this major villain is pretty cool.
I guess his character got a major upgrade too, and good motivations and stuff, right? Duke.
Yeah.
He's not so like Boy Scout-ish or whatever, right?
Right. Duke's also, he's kind of kicking butts and taking names, but still with some level of military discipline. If I had to go DC, I really like the Batman stuff, but I'm probably gonna say Superman is my favorite. Like, not Superman the character, like between Action Comics and Superman.
Right, currently.
I'm gonna pick Superman. They've just had some really good stories rolling in that book. And then in the Marvel universe, Ultimate Spider-Man is really, really good.
Yeah.
But it's still in its infant beginnings. So I'm going to give it to the Incredible Hulk, because that is a really cool horror book coming out of Marvel.
Yeah.
And it's like the only horror book in Marvel that I know of that's, hitting all notes. Like, it's a really
fighting against all these dark forces like demons and stuff too. So
yeah, it's just really cool to see. This is a book that I just got because they were all damaged when they first came in. So this book came out like 2 weeks ago, I believe. This is the Immortal Thor, but this is with the Enchantress ripping Journey into Mystery.
Okay. Cool.
So I was like, man, I really hope they used a fake copy of that book.
Have you been reading it?
Man, but it's an Alex Ross cover too, so it's
cool.
It's really cool. And the interiors aren't bad. Let's see. Here's Thor getting punched out of a window.
Wow.
And then let's see. I forget the Minotaur's name for Roxxon, but basically he's trying to recruit Thor to kind of be their spokesperson.
Okay.
So, and that leads us into the next book I'll show you that came out this week. Oh, here's a cool Enchantress just blasting Thor in the face. It seems to be a common theme in these books I'm showing this week. It's just somebody getting shot in the face.
Yeah, totally. So Immortal Thor, you've been reading that now, and how you like it so far? I know you do your reviews, but
yeah, no, it's fine. I like it. They're interesting because Thor, it's an interesting story concept because Thor's going through these past events. It's another one of these Thor finding himself stories. It feels like this happens a lot with Thor.
Yeah,
right?
sure
Like, he loses control of his hammer. I gotta find myself. His dad dies. I gotta find myself. There's a lot of these stories, but in this one, it seems like there's a story within a story. So there's all these stories of Thor and Loki going on these quests to make sure, Thor remembers his core concepts and all that other stuff. But on the top of it, you've got Enchantress who's kind of controlling the narrative. That, like, at the end of each issue, she's like reading a comic, and everything that happened in the book you just saw happened in that comic.
Wow!
So it's been a very odd Al Ewing thing where he's managed to put a comic within a comic. And I think it's just Enchantress kind of controlling the narrative to lead Thor to this part where now Roxxon is trying to recruit Thor to be their spokesperson.
So you're finding the Al Ewing writing engaging enough. It's good enough. Yeah.
I thought, I met Al Ewing actually a while back at New York Comic Con. He was walking the floor, and here's the weird thing about like cons. I find, like, if an artist leaves their booth and just walks the floor around, nobody like really bothers them or talks to them.
You might notice them, right?
Yeah, nobody. Yeah, they just disappear. Yeah. It's like nobody knows who they are.
Right.
So I saw Al Ewing, and I knew him from the Immortal Hulk run. So I knew what he kind of looked like, and stuff he had done before that. Anyway, he walks by, and I'm like, "Hey, Al, what's up?" And I wave like you would somebody you know.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm there with my friends, and he walks over, and he's like, "Hey, mate, how are you doing?"
Yeah.
And he like gives me a handshake, and almost like a semi hug, but like a backpack, and then
cool.
And he's like
looking at trying to figure out who the heck you are.
Exactly.
Awesome.
So yeah, but he's like asking questions that are like leading. So he's like, "So how you been since the last time?" And this and that and the other. And I was like,
yeah.
I mean, last time I saw you was at your booth, But so anyway, I was like, I'm there. I actually had like a pro pass at the time, which, by the way, if you're an educator, you can get one of those. So
cool.
I was teaching at the time, so I got a pro pass.
There you go.
And I just turn and look at him, and I'm like, "Hey, man, great to see you. I don't want to waste any more of your time. I know you got to get back to your booth. You're busy with the con. I know
you're a fan. That sucks.
I know you got meetings and all that." No, and he didn't even think I was.
Yeah, he's probably cool.
He was just, he like shook my hand. He was like, "All right, man, I'll talk to you later." And he like walks away. And then one of my friends walks up to me, and he's like, "Dude, he thought you were like a friend, and he just forgot who you were." That guy walked away so confused. He was like, awesome. "Oh man, who is that guy?"
That's great. That's great. Man. That's cool. You pulled that off, but
yeah, it was fun. I didn't like, I wasn't purposely trying to confuse him, but it just got to the point where I was like, I don't want to be like,
yeah,
"Hey man, just a big fan."
Like, yeah. Then it gets
yeah. I was talking to him for like 5 minutes, and he's like still trying to piece together who I was.
Good work, Will. Proud of you, man. I love that. I'm gonna show some. Go ahead.
But that brings me to the last book,
okay.
Also by Al Ewing.
Ooh, you gotta love that.
Roxxon presents Thor. So this is like a one-off of what's been happening in the Immortal Thor, but it's a standalone like single issue book.
But the Roxxon dressing the old Marvel comics,
right? Yeah. So what I'm guessing, because I haven't read 9 yet, because I just got that book, because the original one was damaged. What I'm guessing is they tried to recruit Thor and it didn't work, because this guy on the cover is not Thor. This is a character called Chad Hammer, who looks just like Thor, and he's been created to be that Roxxon, symbol or whatever, the mascot. But here's some things. If you ever wanted to see Enchantress in a swimsuit,
nice.
We've got that in this book.
Who doesn't, right?
What
up, Legion? Thanks for being here, man.
Legion, what's up, Mark? There you go. There's some Chad Hammer coming in.
Cool.
So, and then let's see if I can find you another good art page in here, if we can find one. Got Loki in here. There's a Minotaur. Let's see. Oh, here's Chad Hammer with his surfboard.
Awesome.
And so, yeah, apparently this is a really wacky issue. I haven't had a chance to read it yet.
Yeah, it looks wacky for sure.
But here is Thor reading the comic with Chad Hammer. Same one I'm probably holding in my hand.
Yep. And transfers in a bikini. It's been a long day.
Yeah. All right. And I guess here's the last page of the book. So
cool.
Yeah, Chad Hammer with those greenbacks in his hand.
Nice.
But those were my new comic book day pickups today. That's what I.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing. Really appreciate it.
Oh, yeah,
good stuff.
Awesome. All right, guys. I'm just going to run through some chaotic covers, and we're going to start with some Charlton from was it 19? Wow, this is an old one. No, it's only 68. Okay. Strange Suspense Stories, number 3. The Universal Sullivan. Pretty cool. Awesome art within. I haven't read this yet. Just picked it up in a comic shop in Olympia, Washington. But it looks pretty dope.
Who's the artist on that? Do you know?
Let me see here. Well, here we go. Pat Boyelli or something. I don't know. Boyetti. It looks pretty cool though. This era of comics isn't exactly my forte. I just lately have been trying to grab as much of it as I can. We've got 1992's Marvel Tales, 264. Really digging this cover. This is a little after my time. I don't remember this cover, although it has that third. I remember this, so maybe I just didn't pick up the issue. It's definitely a cool cover, and it doesn't have Ditko or Ramita, but it has that classic Spidey. I'll probably end up with all the Marvel Tales, I imagine. I've been getting a lot of those lately. Here we have 1989 in newsstand, Quasar number 1. I love my Quasar. I love the Mark Grenwald stories. This is a Mark Grenwald issue. I love the Marvel 2-in-1 and the Marvel Team Up featuring Quasar. You know, so as a kid, I was really into this. So it's pretty cool. I got this from Dave for a quarter. My friend Dave. I'm going to be seeing him again, I think, this weekend. But I don't think I'm going to get such a good deal this time, but that's okay. For a quarter each, you can't really complain about this. And I needed this for my run. I'm working on Quasar. Okay, recently I got a bunch of Batman. This is Detective 675. The Knight's Quest, very popular storyline. Bruce Wayne goes away. Azrael takes over. Which I was in and out of comics at this time, so I should go back and totally read all this stuff. But it has a nice cardboard stock cover. It's in near mint. I bought this one from a guy who kept these in his closet for 30 years. So,
wow.
Pretty cool stuff. Oh, we got another Out of the Vortex. Number 2. Slowly working on this. Haven't even read these yet. I think I have maybe 3 of these issues. It's a mini series from Dark Horse. You know, I was at the Half Price Books, and saw this in that, you know, flipped through it and grabbed it. Pretty cool stuff. I think it's like 1995 or something like that. So when I put this together, I'll read it. Here from Atlas Comics, we have issue number 2. I think this is 1975. We have Phoenix number 2. Now, Roger Metarog is a big fan. I know Higgy was showing some of these too. I guess these are only 4-issue runs from the 70s, in which they tried to compete against Marvel, and they actually nabbed some artists from Marvel at that time. It's pretty cool. Who's doing the little Sal Buscema art? Yeah, it's looking good to me. Okay, I think I got this at a Half Price Books. No, actually, I got this from Dave. It's X-Men 249. It's definitely like a very fine plus. Got the newsstand. Jim Lee, I think, did this, right? Or was it the other? Was it? It might not have been Jim Lee. Might have been the other guy. Let me see here. Yeah, Mark Silvestri. Nice, clean white pages. Pretty cool.
I remember when they went to publishing twice a month.
Yeah, they did that. I was
like, I can't afford this.
Yeah, they did that with X-Men, and they did that with Spider. I remember. But heck, man, just rake it in, right? Rake in that cash.
Well, I mean, I'd rather they did that than like have umpteen different Batman titles or umpteen different Spider-Man titles. I would much rather have them have consecutive issues. I think
that was their idea too, because they realized that Amazing Spider-Man sold no matter what. And
right.
Spectacular and the other ones didn't so much. I often wish they kept Spectacular going. Here's Warlock number 14. It's for Jim Starlin. Pretty cool cover. Yeah. Got this on the cheap. Couple bucks.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
I mean, you just look at that art and you're like, this has got to be a $50 comic.
I am going after all Warlock from this era and reading it. It's beautiful. I've never read this before, and it's strange because I do love my science fiction, but I never really got into the superhero science fiction. And there's so much good stuff out there from the past. You know, I'm kind of like Ranger Sly says he doesn't like the modern books, and I'm recently got burnt out on them, but I'm kind of getting back into them, you know? And then it occurred to me, why am I not just getting these back issues, man? It's just freaking beautiful layouts and stuff, you know, stuff that I remember as a kid or even before my time. Just go for it, you know? And so that's what I've been doing. But I do the mail order thing as well. So there's that. We got another Spidey here. Another Marvel Tales 42. I think this is when they went just strictly Spider-Man instead of having all the other different issues. But John Romita Sr. art, right? Which I love. Yep. Ring-a-ling Romita. Look, it's the brand of the brainwasher. I just I talk about Spidey, how I wish there's some Gwen Stacy action. I love that. Romita Sr., I think, drew beautiful women. And there's Captain Stacy. And these are the two people why, in my opinion, Pete would have never gotten married, but that's ancient history now. He did get married to MJ. And that's just the way it goes. So, but I was always disappointed. But I grew up on the Roger Stern stuff, as I say, where he's more of a loner. So yeah, we got that. What else we got here? We got some more Spidey. We got some 1986, some West Coast Avengers, number 10. I remember liking the miniseries, some Tigra action for you. I remember liking the miniseries, and then this regular series was okay. I think I fell out of it, but I got this from Dave. So it's pretty cool. Good stuff. So, Rob, are you ready for me? Do you have more to show?
Whenever you're ready, yeah.
Okay, buddy. Yeah, I'll just stop it there and turn it over to Rob.
Yeah, I always liked the idea of the West Coast Avengers, but I don't remember the storylines as being all that. All that interesting. Yeah,
no, I wasn't that interested by it, but oh well. Still cool.
All right, so you were asking what year this was published, and it was 1990. I looked it up. It was from a Canadian publisher. They only did 2 issues. So.
1980 is what you said.
1990.
1990. Okay.
Then there's some more Epic Illustrated in the boxes. These are from later in the series. They don't have numbers on the cover, so I got to look to see. This was 19 from 1983, so not real long later, but I think they came out like every other month. So
cool.
That one, and I think these are in order.
Hey, no,
it's hard to tell because they don't have the numbers on the cover, but this is number 20.
Cool.
'21. '22. And can you cut to somebody else, Aaron? Sorry, my mom's calling me. I got to go see what she needs.
Sure. You want to go, Will, or I could go? I could keep going. You want to go, Will?
Yeah, I could.
Okay.
I got this.
All right.
All right. So we did some 50 centers. We did this week's books. And now this is I just reached into a box I had over here and pulled out some books. Most of these are going to be modern, though. But here's a Donny Cates Thor. Donny Cates was out of comics for a little bit. Did a Q&A session the other day on.
Oh, he did.
On Twitter or X, whatever you guys call these names.
Yeah.
But, I didn't get a chance to totally go over it. But from what I was told, it was pretty mild. Like nobody asked why he was gone for so long.
Didn't they guess, or didn't we already know? Or?
No, we kind of know. He was in a really serious car accident.
Okay.
Yeah, that kind of put him in a coma for a little bit. And he had to like kind of relearn things, like even walk again after the car accident.
Wow.
Yeah. What's up, Beckerman? But yeah, he's back now, and he's kind of getting back. But a lot, like he's writing Thor and he had to, he had to because he was in a hospital. And he stopped writing Thor.
Wow.
Stegman and some other artists picked up some stuff. Gruenbach, I think, picked up Thor. So a lot of his stuff, he didn't actually finish the runs of it. Other people did. Same thing with the Hulk, the Hulk run he did. And like that wasn't him finishing it. Somebody else, the artist,
Nick Klein.
Nick Klein finished it. That's right. Wrote the last. So that's, but he's starting to get back into comics. So
that's cool.
Or at least hanging around the comic scene. So there we go. No, I'll show some more. We got Captain Marvel number 20. This is the first appearance of some future son of Namor and Enchantress. We're bringing back the Enchantress. Obe, I believe his name was.
I'll be right back.
What else we got? We got Earth's Mightiest Heroes. This is the Avengers. This is part of Jason Aaron's run, number 53. There's probably some first appearance or something in here. It was a pretty good indie book. A lot of people bought this. Land of the Living Gods, number 1. I had the 1 in 25 variant of this book, but I sold it on eBay, and it's one of the few books that I've ever actually sold. I can probably count the number of books I've sold in my hand. But I had the A cover, so I was willing to let go of the 1 in 25 at the time it came out for the price that it sold for. I think it was like $35, $40. So, and I paid like $8 for the 1 in 25. So I was willing to let it go. Supermassive. Higgins has been doing this like superhero universe. And so this is Supermassive from 2022. Number 1. Higgins also did a lot of the Power Rangers stuff. So he's a really cool Gunslinger Spawn cover. I think so anyway. But McFarlane actually wrote this. He hasn't been writing a lot of the Gunslinger. He's been doing the plots, but not really writing them. But here you go.
So I pretty much don't know anything about Spawn. So what's the difference between the different versions of Spawn? How do they relate to each other? Are they just different time eras, or?
Yeah, a lot of different time periods, or mostly time periods or locations. They all just have these suits, symbiotic suits, if you will, that were given to them at some point by Hell. They're all Hell Spawn.
So they're different. They are all different characters then.
They all, okay. Yeah. So Gunslinger Spawn is not, the Al Simmons regular Spawn from the movies and the comics.
Okay, I had it right then. That's kind of what I thought, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, no, I know how confusing it'd be. Like Spawn put on a different uniform depending on where he's going. But no, these are all different versions. Gunslinger Spawn just happened to be the one that a lot of people kind of fell in love with, and so
it's got cool covers.
Yeah, McFarlane, being the businessman he was, said we got to create a Gunslinger Spawn comic. That's what he does. Here's some classic 90s X-Men, not X-Men, X-Men Jace comic. Here we go. Strike File, an Executioner song.
Yeah. Yep, I remember that. Like seeing it or something.
And this is an Andy Kubert cover. Yep, this is Andy with Mark Pennington. Man, I remember when comics went up to $1.75, and I was like, "What is happening?" So once they hit $2, I was pretty much out of the comic game.
Right. Beckerman says he owns some pages of Spawn, but doesn't read the series. So.
Yeah, I mean, I can only guess that the original art that you own is pretty cool. Yeah, Becker has a lot of original art pieces.
Awesome.
So collects original art. So I'm assuming some of those are just really cool.
Right.
This is the first White Lantern Batman cover.
Yeah, I remember that.
Jeff Johns on that one. Yeah, the animation, the animated series that was on HBO. This book, this is a book I picked up for 50 cents. This is Falcon the Winter Soldier #1. This is their first team up book. And there's a lot of first appearances on here.
Right.
So I know that because I wrote it on this post-it on the back.
Good work, dude.
The Natural and Gifted Killer, Veronica Eden, Who Wants to Be the Supreme Leader of Hydran, first team up title, and $13.50 was the last. $13.50 was the last sale on eBay when I checked this book. So that was probably around the time that the series was coming out, though. But if it's still going for $13.50, that's $13 profit.
There you go. Yeah, some people are really good at flipping books, man.
Right. Yeah, I need to start doing it, if only just to start affording better older books or lots, buying people's
like Rob
collections.
Yeah, I mean that's didn't start out that way, but that's what it ended up being. So.
Right,
it's a gift, it's a skill.
This is The Last of Us, from that HBO series or the video game, but this was the first comic series based off of that. American Dreams. This is issue 4, the A cover, and again I have a post-it on here, and what it says was this book had a print count of only 7,138 books, and the last sold was $22.50.
Wow.
And I pulled these out of a 50-cent bin as well, so I got 2 of them.
Awesome.
Next up, we have Devil's Reign, which still kind of affects it's just come to an end. So we had the Cape Killers that came out of this book, right? As Fisk was mayor, and he created the Thunderbolts again, or they were also known as the Cape Killers, and they, were putting an end to all the vigilante superheroes.
Yeah.
That was part of that series. Zdarsky and Mark Tichetto.
Wilson Fisk was the mayor, right?
Right, and then Wilson Fisk went on a boat and left.
It was the Storm Winds. I remember the Storm Winds were the ultimate.
The Storm Winds, right? And they had originally, they just caused a lot of pain for for Wilson Fisk and Daredevil.
Yeah,
but Daredevil has a scene where he in that book where he basically threatens to kill one of them, and they're like, "Oh shit."
Yeah, it's pretty brutal too, that scene that he did, self-gouging scene.
Yeah, right. He well, he basically stabbed himself in the eyes, but
really crazy.
Right, which I'm sure hurt a lot, but the premise is he's blind anyway. So but I'm not sure if they knew he was blind, because they were like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Here we have a James Tynion book, The Nice House on the Lake.
Oh yeah, I've got that series. Yeah,
issue 3. Yeah, it's pretty interesting series. I haven't finished it. I did read a lot of it, but I have the DC Universe app, and it's on there.
Okay.
This is a DC Black Label book.
Yeah.
So I will finish it on there, but I'm close to finishing that.
Cool.
And then we have Star Wars: The High Republic number 13.
Oh yeah, this is volume 1, right? I have that.
Yeah, and this is from IDW now. Dark Horse is doing those books.
Yeah,
but there you go.
All that was Star Wars spec for a while. I don't know if it still is, but yeah,
still technically is. This has a couple of first appearances in there. So, but I have a couple more books, so we can go.
You want to do 2 more?
Sure, I'll do 2 more.
We'll go to Rob.
We had the Moon Knight earlier, the Walmart pack variant, or the
great series.
Same book, just not the Walmart variant, just the regular.
So those are ending. Are you still pulling from the 50-cent bin here? Showing
this? No, this is just out of a random. Random pile, and then here we go. We got Thor number 22. This is a variant cover, and I can't for the life of me remember why I picked up this variant cover, except for the fact that I think it looks pretty dope.
Yeah.
I do probably have one more 50-cent book in here somewhere. I mixed a bunch of books together. Here we go. Here's some 50 centers. I got 3 more 50 centers, so I can show those off.
Okay.
I got this West Coast Avenger. This is the first Master of Pandemonium.
Yeah, I just got that from my friend there. Awesome.
Yeah, pick that up. It's got Master. I have another posted on this. That's how I know sometimes they're 50 cents.
Andy.
He stole Wanda's children for decades. So he stole Wiccan and Speed, apparently. and then like steals him for a few years. So there's some time traveling going back, and then brings him back and whatever. It's a $5 book. I actually have this. I have a CGC like 9.2 or 9.4 of this book that I just won from a contest. So
cool. I should check to see if I got that.
So when I saw it for 50 cents, I was like, I have that book. Let me just pick up the raw copy of it.
Yeah.
Here's a book that was spec for a while and then died, very quick death. Catwoman number 24 from the New 52, The Joker's Daughter.
Oh yeah.
So this is the first full appearance. The Joker's Daughter. Again, I paid 50 cents for it. It's probably going for a little bit more than 50 cents, maybe like $4. So profit.
Yeah.
And then here's a pretty cool. I just picked this up for the cover. This probably has no spec behind it at all. I'm pretty sure it has no spec on it. But this is Illuminati number 2. Just a cool red cover. You got the red hood. Right there in the front. And yeah, that was again 50 cents. I see a cool cover. I'm gonna grab it.
Totally.
But awesome. That's it.
All right, Will, thanks for showing that. We're going to move right into Rob here, what he was going to show before he
I'm back. Sorry about that. She's screaming her head off. All she wanted was the channel change on the TV. So, yeah, I was showing Epic Illustrated. I think this was number 23. And number 24.
Beautiful.
Okay, a couple more of these. This is, if I'm right on my numbering, this is 25. And then 26. And this is the first issue that starts the Last Galactus story serial.
The Last Galactus story?
Yeah, it's by John Byrne and Terry Austin. I haven't read it, but it's pretty well known as see if I can find it in here. See what it looks like. Oh, Cerebus is in here. That's weird. All right, yeah, here it is. So
cool.
Sorry, camera's backwards, so I don't know which way to go.
Wow, it looks great.
So I'm not sure how many issues. It's only a few pages. It already says to be continued. So this is the first chapter. Galactus isn't even in it. So looks like it just got Nova in it. But here's the next issue. So it probably continues into this one. And
yeah, I remember Frankie Ray Nova.
This one has a special preview of Dune. And then continuing with the Conans, we have number 11. I think we already showed that one. And then it skips to number 14, but it's got a giant gorilla on it.
Yeah.
Like really giant, apparently.
It's beautiful.
Number 15. Number 16. $17. Sorry, I'm looking for signatures just to see these deals on here, but and number 19, so we skipped 18 as well. So it's not a complete run, but who cares?
All from the
number
same
20, that was awesome.
That's beautiful.
And 21. $22. $23. It's got Red Sonja on the cover.
Nice.
24. $25. 26. I mean, I don't need to say how awesome they are. You guys know. So
yeah. It's amazing.
27. That one's really cool too. I like that one a lot. Wonder what happened to all these paintings.
Oh,
Somebody must have them somewhere.
Yeah, the original.
9. 30.
Wow.
31.
Nice.
33. The Lair of the Ice Worm, number 34.
Wow.
I'm going to have nightmares tonight, man.
Awesome. Well, Rob, that was an awesome box, man. Holy freak.
Yeah, I just got lucky.
Yeah.
I said I thought it was all going to be more modern stuff, and it was just like, oh my gosh, there's all kinds of cool stuff.
That person didn't know what they had, apparently.
These guys do if you go to Hip Comics and go to that area where I told you, what is it? Mott's Box Lots or something. There's different auctions, but they'll do like 5 or 6 of these lots a night where it's just an entire box of whatever it is. And sometimes it's modern, sometimes it's old beat up stuff, the coverless, sometimes it's magazines. And, I'm not sure why these didn't go for more. I really expected it to go a lot higher.
Good for you, Rob. Awesome, Ben. Okay, we're going to close it out here, and I'm just going to rip through some of these, random comics. We have Atlas Comics here from 1975. Planet of the Vampires, number 3.
Nice.
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna go full screen here. So I might have most of these now. I want to get all 4 before I start reading them, but yeah. Very cool. Ruggs Heath does the art for this, so I don't know. Looks kind of like Kirby would draw.
Oh, man.
Is that beautiful? You can find these in dollar bins, you guys. So I don't know if you.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
The Atlas Comics. I found one for $3, but then I got a bunch from my friend for $0.25, so I shouldn't say you could find them. Here's one from Eclipse Comics, 1987. It's called Zooniverse, and we'll go with the wraparound.
What number is that?
It's a limited series, and it's number 4.
Yeah, I just got number 1 today.
Oh, cool.
In one of the other boxes that I got.
These look cool to me. I love my indies from the 80s. So yeah, okay, so this one's a double. This is going to go in the doubles area. 1975's Howard the Duck number 2. I do see these popping up here and there, right? Like, I love Space Turnip. I plan on reading a lot of Howard. I have a lot of this. The Gene Colan stuff I have. This one looks really good too. What is it? Yeah, Frank Brunner does this art, which is freaking awesome. The Frank Brunner art. I mean, look at this.
Yeah, that's some good art.
Wow. Frank Brunner is just freaking awesome. So this will actually go. I'm going to still do that blog spot, you guys. I'm going to have all my doubles on there, and then I'm going to attempt to put my entire collection up there, and people could contact me if they want to trade certain parts of my collection. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. Although, man, it is a lot of work in putting that stuff. 1983's Ghost Rider 81. It's the end of Ghost Rider.
Nice.
Yeah.
Johnny Blaze.
Oh, yeah. Old school. I forgot where I got this. That's the problem with the chaotic comic book area in my room. Okay, so I got some of these night quests, like I said. Batman 506. That might be Kelly. I don't know. I got doubles of this, so this will go in the doubles too. Classic story. Here's another one. Love that cover. Okay, we got Giant Size Rune, number 1. I think this is from the 90s. What is it? 95. Barry Windsor Smith cover. Lots of detail there. He sometimes does the inside of these runes as well. But yeah, he did the layouts in this. So I don't do a lot of Malibu, but I look for these runes. I read the first one; it was really interesting. Some malevolent force inside of some like asteroid or something lands on the Earth, and this barbarian. Look at that! Looking cool. Gets a hold of it and becomes an even more evil dude. So yeah, I'm loving my rune. Hey, Will, look what I have, man. An old school New Defenders, man.
Nice.
48, and it's newsstand.
Ooh. White cover.
Yeah. Nice. So 65 cent is okay. I generally go for those 60 cents. I think they only did 65 for like a year, and then it jumped to 75 or something like that. But it's okay. Nice white pages. Got that from my friend Dave. Got this one too, 147.
Flag cover.
Yeah, I love the flag covers. Art inside. Don Perlin. So I don't know if we have any huge Don Perlin fans out there, but I do like J.M. DeMatteis as a writer, and I'm slowly reading through these Defenders. So I like Isaac Christians is his name, the demon there. I do have a couple, was it Defenders? I forget what number it is, but it's the origin story of Gargoyle. Here's the Phoenix Protector. It was Phoenix number 4. I do have this already, but I got it from Dave. This will go into the doubles. Pretty cool stuff. We got 1984 Marvel Team Up, Spider-Man and Iron Man, Black Suit Spidey. $0.60. My kind of comic. Nice and clean. Yep, that's the Venom suit. So
Spidey's really bendy.
That's I guess this era of Spidey's and amazing and all of that is sought after. The Venom suit, right? And we got 1979 Marvel Spotlight number 5. We got the Dragon Lord. A Question of Honor.
Pretty looks cool. Like dragon violence. I don't condone it.
Steve Ditko work inside.
Nice.
We'll take a look at more Steve Ditko work from the 70s, right? He did not want to be famous.
So did he come back? I thought he was gone by then.
Yeah, he came back and just was quietly working for Marvel for a while. Did stuff with Daredevil and a couple other titles, like Micronauts and things like that. But it seems like he's phoning it in a little bit with this.
Right.
Still cool comic. I don't know anything about this, but it's Solar Man's first issue by Marvel.
Solar Man.
You guys heard of Solar Man?
Galaxy's hottest new hero.
I remember buying that off the newsstand, and I was so excited because it was a new Marvel #1, and I just knew it was going to be the next greatest thing. You know?
You really have that memory, huh? So Jim Mooney does the pencils. This is where he got his new universe idea, probably.
And there is actually a second issue that came out like months later.
Yeah. Oh, is that right? And that was it?
Yeah. But that was it.
Did you enjoy this issue?
I don't remember anything about it. Other than I was all excited.
This is before he became editor-in-chief, so it's got to be maybe early 80s. Let's see here. No, it's 89. 1989, folks.
Really? Huh. I would have thought it was earlier than that, just based on my own personal history.
1978, Doctor Strange. 38. Very cool.
So is that the series you're going for, Aaron? Is that an earlier or?
Yeah, volume 2. I'll do volume 1. I'm just gonna collect Doctor Strange when I see it. I think Gene Colan. This is Gene Colan art, which is awesome. Or that maybe I don't know. It's very cool. Okay, I'll do one more Doctor Strange. All this other stuff is okay. Yeah, 1979. Check out this cover, man. Pretty cool. See, Milgram does okay, I think, once in a while. Sometimes he got a little criticism. I think that's Al Milgram. That's a pretty good cover.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's cool.
I know he's a lot of misses there, but here's some Gene Colan art inside, so you gotta love it. Okay, you guys, I think we're wrapping this up.
Nice.
After a long day. I had a long day today, but I love doing these streams.
Yeah, it's like 2 hours, but it doesn't feel like it.
No, it never feels.
It feels like we just started.
Cool, you guys. Thanks for being here. Thank you, chat. Thanks. We appreciate your support. Thank you, Rob, for showing those wonderful magazines. Oh my God.
Got lots more. We'll maybe show some more next week.
Okay, you got even more magazines.
Yeah. I don't think, I haven't even shown you half of them. I mean, there's 200 years, so.
You could re-show those too, and you could start opening them too. You know?
Yeah.
We've got some very
we take our time and just open some of them. Sure.
Yeah. People could drool over it, right? All right, Will, thank you so much for being here too. Couple Comics in the house, my first YT friend. Yeah. And you guys, thank you for being in the chat. Thank you if you're watching this on the rewind, we really appreciate you. And yeah, check out the description below for other great channels, other YouTube channels that actually read their comics. And not that I have anything against people who don't, but I'm more about the reading. So, and yeah, we'll talk to you guys later.
See you guys.